All right, man, this is CJ with Pilot Flux coming back at you with another video. Actually, this is my first video on YouTube teaching you the supply and demand strategy that has helped me in my trading career. Right now, I'm just documenting my process, my journey into becoming a profitable and successful trader. I have gotten payouts already from pop firms. I'm going to show you on the screen, but this is about growing and elevating to new heights into better situations. So without further ado, all right,
Let's get
so the
started.
reason that you're making trading harder than it needs to be is because you think that you need a whole bunch of confluences, you need a whole bunch of indicators, you need a whole bunch of things on your screen. You do not need a whole lot of things on your screen. You really need to keep it as simple as possible, and that's how you're actually going to get a payout. That's how you're going to stay disciplined. That's how you're going to stay consistent with making money. So I'm going to show you exactly how I made $1,000 today doing supply and demand, and then I'm going to show you how easy it is step by step. So first of all, we're going to start on the 1 hour time frame, and the reason we're going to start on the 1 hour time frame is because we want to identify a trend. So our trend for the day would be bearish, right? We're right here, we're clearly bearish. We got lower highs, lower lows, and then we got lower lows, lower high, lower lows, lower high. So it's clearly a downtrend. So we already got our bias for the day. It's bearish on the 1 hour time frame. Now we're going to move over to the 15-minute time frame. The reason we're on the 15-minute time frame is because we can see the trend a lot better. So you can clearly see the trend a whole lot better on the 15-minute time frame. So on the 15-minute time frame here, you can see we have lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. It does not need to be complicated. It's real simple, real easy. Now we're going to go over to where I took my trade at. So I saw that we have an indecision candle right here, because on my supply and demand strategy, I go with indecision and then I go with imbalance. The reason I do indecision and imbalance is because we have the candles where it's kind of stuck whether it's going to go up or go down. So we kind of have a balance of both. That's why you're going to have a long wick on each side. Most of the time, it's going to be a candle with a small body and a long wick on each side of the candle. Now, I see that here we have the pullback in the downtrend. We're usually looking for a pullback of some sort because that's where the indecision is going to take place, whether buyers want to keep going up or sellers is going to take back over. So I have that right here. I'm going to mark that with my box right here, and I'm going to stretch it across. Now we have the indecision marked. That's the candle before the big down move, right? That's the indecision candle before the big down move. Now we need to have displacement so that we can create an imbalance. So that would be what? A fair value gap. Now you can call it an imbalance, you can call it a fair value gap, whatever you're comfortable calling it. But we're going to mark that on the chart with my lines. So we're going to mark our imbalance on the chart. So in between here is our imbalance. So we have our two confluences that we need. That's all we need to make sure that we get a good trade. We need to have indecision before a big move, and then we need to have our imbalance. Once we have those two, we are good. Now, all we are waiting for is price to come back up into our zones. You need to have patience. A lot of people do not have patience when they're trading. When they're trading, they're trying to rush, they're trying to make money as soon as possible, they're trying to make the quickest buck that they can, and that's why 95, 96, 97% of people fail. So we're going to wait for the price to tap back up into our imbalance, and it's going to be a strong zone because we have the fair value gap here and we have the indecision here. So once we see price tap into here on the 15-minute time frame, we are going to go down to the 5-minute time frame. And the reason we're going to go down to the 5-minute time frame is so that we can have our sniper entries. Okay, so we see price tap into our zone on the 5-minute time frame, right? We see price tap into our zone on the 5-minute time frame, And now what we're looking for on the 5 minute time frame is a break of structure. And what do we have right here in this area? We have this strong up move, right? We have this strong up move. And now we're looking for displacement, break of structure, which would be right here. I'm going to mark that with a little box. And this is on the 5 minute time frame. So we have this area right here. I'm going to change the color of this box as well, if this box would cooperate. I'm going to change the color of this box, and I'm going to put it maybe in blue right here. So now we can see we have the up move, it taps into our zone, and what? Immediate rejection out of that area. And on the 5 minute, we got the break of structure right here. That's break of structure right there. Break of structure, change of character, whatever you want to call it. It's all whatever makes the most sense. Now we have this break of structure with this candle right here. Now we are taking our entries on the close of this candle and just ride the trend right back down in the direction that it is going. And that's how easy and how simple it is to make money with trading. It is something that you have to overcome mentally so that you can see things a lot more clearly, but it makes it so much better when you can come in here and you can take a trade down. We have the stop right here, and we got a quick 1 to 3 right here.